Stadium. Got my man Todd Marshall, Billy Lavender, Jeremy Harrell, and Tony Langford. I'm Morgan Smith. And, guys, the wait is over.
Another big year, Morgan. Congrats on another off season, and you're back in the game.
Yep, the worst time for me is the day after football season. And it's been a long wait. It's finally here. I told my guys yesterday, hey, it's time to get to work. We had our time off. Now it's go time.
Must not have had a whole bunch of people apply for me and Billy's job to get us
back. It's a thin pool.
We got it by default.
Hey, guys, I'm just glad to be back.
Yep. Tony Lang. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it, Tony?
Been about 2 years,
well,
probably.
I see you're rocking your Mavericks hat.
I mean, I had to. I actually got this at the championship game. So.
Dang.
Did you see the life of Tony Langford? I want to be like him when I grow up.
When I die, I want to come back as him.
Yeah,
for sure.
I can only take one kid at a time, though, because it gets expensive.
Guys, Texas High has a lot to be excited about this football season. I mean, their offense is absolutely loaded. Defense has three of the biggest playmakers in East Texas on it, some new faces, but high expectations with the number 4 ranking in the state of Texas.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeremy.
Much is given, much is required when it comes to this type of year. With this team coming back, there's not really a weakness where you'd go, man, we're really either young at this spot or we're worried about this spot. It's kind of one of them deals where all the chips are in the middle of the table right now. It's either you got the coming in ranked number 5 in the state, which is to anybody. If you're in the top 5, you could be easily 1. You could be 2, 3, 4. Anyway, long story short, there's not any position on the team that you go, that could be a vulnerable spot for us. Yeah. So it's all the chips are in the middle this year.
The schedule shows it too. They are preparing for a state championship run this year, and it is going to be a tough one. P&G comes out ranked number 1. They won the state championship last year. South Oak Cliff played them for the state championship. They won it the year before, or 2 times the year before, so 21-22. And that leaves, who was it? Not Argyle, but Lovejoy. So, and then Argyle's number 5 right behind Texas High, and they're going to have to beat 3 of those 4 teams just to make it to a state championship.
Hey, I can stir the stew right now because this season hadn't officially started yet. Last time we played P&G, there wasn't one person in the school district and from P&G that could catch any of our folks. So if it matched up with us and them, I like our chances based off speed.
Yeah.
Here's the thing is what I see is all the pressure's off now. Now it's go out and play time. All that pressure of, hey, you got all this hype, you got all this, that's all off-season stuff. Now it's go out and perform. Get better every week, make it to the playoffs, make a deep run in the playoffs, and hopefully you're there at the end to win.
Guys, we got an area game segment here. LE has a lot to be excited about this year. They're heading to Pittsburgh tomorrow night to play a Pittsburgh Pirate team that's always been good traditionally. They're going to run the wing T typically. And I went to LE scrimmage last week against New Boston, and they're running a hurry-up offense. Trip Basinger looked amazing. Prevo looked really well. It's a completely different look from what I've ever seen since I've started covering the Leopards.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I've known Coach Bay, his dad, Trip's dad, and I've known Trip since he was a little baby. We worked in Atlanta together. He's a football family, a football kid, a tough kid. He can throw it, athletic, and he may possibly have the best hair in Bowie County.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic, but I know he's coming off an injury, and so he's fired up. LE's got some new life with a new coaching staff. Speaking from, Coach Basinger, I've known him for a long time. He's going to get the defense mad and angry, and they'll line up right, which is really probably 80% of defense is just lining up correctly.
Yeah.
But I think Trip Basinger is going to be the difference in that kind of offense.
I think Liberty-Eylau has as much talent as anybody out there. They've always had the athletes, so if they put it together, they're going to be dangerous.
Well, like the coaching staff watching them, they're doing the hurry up. They're calling plays in from the sideline. They're not even huddling up. At a 3A Division I level, I don't know that you really see that.
You don't see that much.
You don't
there.
see that.
Yeah, you're right.
And when you at that level, you might have 1 good defensive back, 2 if you're lucky. You aren't going to have 4.
Well, what I've noticed running from that offense too, by about third quarter, it starts wearing the defense out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I also noticed about that offense is the defense is going to have points put up on it.
Yeah. Right.
And that's one of the issues. But hey, the goal is to outscore the opponent.
Yeah.
So give up some points. Maybe you shouldn't if you're running it using the clock. So what? Man, this is going to be really exciting to watch.
They say tempo is a really good thing. Sometimes that tempo can be real fast, or we can slow it way down.
Yeah,
the tempo may be
that's
slow,
the thing with them. They did lose their starting running back in that scrimmage, which was unfortunate. But, man, I got to see Tripp play 2.5 quarters last year, and I was really impressed. There's no telling what numbers could look like for them and the Leopards at the end of the season. They're somehow ranked third to finish third in the district. And after what I saw the other night, 3A teams are going to have a difficult time
See, I think
competing with them.
I think the things that you see on those levels when it comes, Liberty-Eylau, the smaller classification teams, those guys have speed, skill guys. They might have the number of skill guys, but on there you don't need very many skill guys to make differences. The key that sets those smaller divisions apart, or when you can match up front with big linemen on both sides of the ball and take over the game that way, you'll have some skill guys here and there. And Liberty-Eyelau's always had good skill players, and they're really good years. If you ever just really break it down, they're really good years is when their skill guys match with them guys up front.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go on a limb right now and tell you they're not going to place third in their
Well,
district.
but here's my thing with that. If I was coaching LE, that's where I'd want to be ranked. I'd want to have, I wouldn't want to be ranked number 1. I would want to be ranked number 3 and get my kids up and say, look, they are disrespecting you. Go out and perform. Go show them.
I think another thing that's really important or special about that district, you have a district down there with Liberty-Eylau, with Jefferson, with Atlanta. You've got 3 teams that are all legitimately good enough to make a run, and they're going to play each other again later in the season in the playoffs. So it's a great opportunity to play talent that you're going to see throughout the year and also in the postseason. So definitely excited. I'm like you. That's an old district matchup because Liberty-Eylau and Pittsburgh were in the same district for so long, so they know each other well. Coaching staffs may not be as familiar since it's new, but there's a lot of rivalry between the kids. They know each other, been playing against each other since they were in junior high. So it'll be a good game, exciting. I think it'll be a close one, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, switching over to PG Atlanta. PG returns 1 starter on offense, kind of a completely new look for the Hawks. Atlanta has a senior-heavy class. This game tomorrow night, could be close. And PG has not played Atlanta since 2019. So, kind of.
It could be, man, but to me, PG always reloads. They got some athletes back, like Spencer Browning back coming on offense, and I don't know if y'all have seen him run yet. He can absolutely move, man. I still don't think it's going to be that close. Just my take on it.
I think it'll be a really good game. This is another old rivalry. They were district opponents for so long, and those games were always competitive, even when one might have been better than the other one. So I think it'll be a competitive game. I do think Pleasant Grove with the depth and the experience that's gonna play a big part of that game. I think Atlanta with a bunch of seniors, though, they're gonna go out. They really want to set a tone early in the year for this kind of that they're back.
And this is where they'd want to catch PG.
And this is where you'd want to play Pleasant Grove now with that wing T offense. Again, that's hard to defend. They're very well coached at Pleasant Grove. They do a great job. So I don't know.
And I know Halter may be out, and he had gotten the nod of the starting quarterback, but they're not going to lose much. In fact, a lot of the highlights that I saw on Texarkana game day were Walker, throwing to Spencer, or throwing to Mr. Jackson or those guys. So they're not going to lose much. And like you say, those guys, Coach Gibson's got a program built there, and it's just next man up.
Yeah. Liberty-Eylau game and Pleasant Grove versus Atlanta will both be live on Texarkana Game Day's Facebook and YouTube page, 7:30 tomorrow night. Ty Taylor, his team is in Melissa to play Leonard tonight.
That's exciting. What a great experience for Jefferson to be able to go to that new stadium that they have in Melissa. It's very nice. I don't know if people have seen it online like we have. So I know some of y'all have been there. So great job with both of those schools agreeing to play at something like that. Give your kids an experience. And if you're going to gear up for a playoff run, which Jefferson is very talented, you want to have that experience going to a venue that you may not normally see. You're not really experienced in, and play a game and start your season. I think that's great. Great job for that. Great job to both of those staffs to come together and get that done. I think Jefferson is favored in that game. I think they've got loaded with athletes, so I think Jefferson will be fine. But great job, great experience for the kids, and great job.
Good coaching staff too.
Oh,
really
great
good coaching staff. That a lot of them from Texarkana. We've seen a lot of them, and they've thrown together a great coaching staff, and I'm sure those players will perform.
My school, Longview Lobos versus Lufkin Panthers. I think this is an easy Longview win. Longview is kind of having to reload, but man, they have a program, and they're always going to have dudes. But we'll see what happens. You can catch that one on Longview Game Day and Texarkana Longview Game Day's YouTube page tomorrow night, 7:30 kickoff. Kind of the game that everybody's in. There's 2 real big games. I'll get to the biggest one here in a little bit. But number 2 Dangerfield versus Gladewater. I don't think it's going to be much of a game, but they're playing tonight. And Dangerfield, again, as always, has state championship on their mind.
Man, I'll tell you, you think of them and you think of a beast rolling, and I don't think that's going to be any different this year, Morgan.
No, absolutely not. You know, Gladewater used to be that powerhouse team, and they've got some talent. They got some talent coming back, but I think Dangerfield takes that too.
Yeah. Hooks versus Harmony, really close game last year. I think it was a 24-20 win, something like that for Hooks. Trip Basinger had that devastating injury in the third quarter. Ripken Birdwell stepped in, threw one of the best passes I've ever seen in a pressure situation to keep that drive alive and ultimately lead them to a victory. But a new look for Hooks this year. They lost what I would call arguably is the greatest senior class in Hooks history.
Yeah, big senior class and really, really, really talented senior class. So, but Birdwell will both Birdwells, Coach Birdwell and young Birdwell will have them going like a well-oiled machine. I have a feeling.
I think that'll be a good game again. I think the player Birdwell is a great quarterback. He can get back there and make things happen. He's an athlete, and of course, Coach Birdwell does a great job there. I think Hooks will be fine as they move on through the season. So it'll be exciting to watch.
Big game of the week: Kilgore at Carthage.
Yeah, I think this one has a chance to be. It could go. Kilgore Bulldogs are always physical. They're always tough. They line up.
We used to play them a lot, didn't we, Coach?
I'll say this: they align on defense exactly how they're supposed to. So you're not going to get cheap ones. What they want to do is basically make you drive the field, make offenses put 10, 12, 13 plays together. They usually don't give up the deep ball, and then when they get the ball on offense, they like to pound the rock and mix in a little bit of play action here and there. But it is a physical type game.
Always physical.
You know, they have Carthage ranked number 1. I personally believe Gilmer should be. To me, you can say Carthage this, or they to me have to be the clear favorite to win the state championship this year. Well, that Gilmer Carthage game, if it happens in the playoffs, is
Gilmer is the defending state champion, so I mean there's a lot to say with that. With a lot of players coming back, so that's definitely arguable. I think the game. I think you can look up and. This is the first week of the season. I think we can look up in the last week of the season in December and potentially see Carthage and Kilgore playing one after each other in state championship. Kilgore's talented enough to play for the Division I state championship in 4A, and we know Carthage is talented enough to play for the Division II championship in 4A. So,
I know you got Carthage ties, but I'm taking Gilmer.
I'm telling.
If they play.
Y'all know who I'm taking.
Yeah, I know that.
But I do think, but again, Kilgore is going to be Coach Fuller just down there as a head coach at Kilgore now, done a great job. He's very deep attention to detail, has done a phenomenal job. They went, I think, 4 rounds deep. They played Chapel Hill a couple of times in the 4th round. So, again, I think this could be a King of 4A bragging point game at the end of this year.
I don't think they can just roll the C out on the side of that helmet this week and just get a dub. But we know we know a lot of the staff from Carthage. We know a few guys from Kilgore. We know it's going to be a physical game. We know that anything that has to do with Carthage, they're probably going to be favored, which rightfully so, as many state championships as they won. But
it's going to be a game.
But Friday about 11 o'clock at night, if you see something that it has a potential to be an upset. However, with all that being said, if I had to pick anybody, I'd pick Carthage by at least 17.
You cannot bet. You can't bet against Carthage. What I've noticed by Carthage, they usually pull away in the 4th quarter. If some team can weather that, they'll be all right.
I got Carthage. I'm not going to bet against the Carthage.
I'm going with my man, Coach Fuller. Let's go, Kilgore.
But on another, with the Gilmer deal, I would pick anybody over Gilmer.
Come on, man.
That's what I feel about Gilmer. And it's anything bad about Gilmer. Anytime when I coached, Gilmer wanted to make sure that when you let the field that there was no ounce of you that thought they could beat you, because if they're up by 30, they're still throwing 9 rounds.
Yeah. So let's do this. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with Clint Smith, Anna Haley, and Grant Spicer with Tiger Times. 30 seconds.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room, and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
We are back, man. We got my man Clint Smith, Anna Haley, and Grant Spicer, a couple of my favorite content creators in the area. Y'all are kind of leading the way right now. And Clint, man, you've got a program.
Well, thank
going.
you. Thank you.
I mean, we talked earlier this week, and I didn't know y'all were back-to-back state champs.
Yeah, back-to-back. But for years, we had always kind of been within the top 2 or 3. The way that rating works is the Association of Texas Photography Instructors has a program every year for its top program, and schools across the state compete. And there's 7 different portfolios. There's like photojournalism, sports, architecture, commercial, portraits, and then an open category. And you have to win 4 to really, and we've actually had it where schools have actually won 4 or placed second or whatever, and we've had a tie and had to go to it. But the past 2 years was the first time we've actually won in the time we've been competing, and very proud of the guys because it's all them. It's not me. It's they do the work and they go out, and then I get to coach. So that's the fun part.
If you don't know, all the photos you typically are going to see online from Texas high sporting events or even just school functions are coming out of THS publication. I mean, it is amazing photos.
There's not a go ahead. I was just going to say there's not a building you can walk in our district that attracts most of our community members and different that doesn't have photos that students of this program have not taken. If you walk in our central administration building, you walk in our welcome center, you go to our services building, we'll have our monthly board meetings, there are pictures that our students have taken that we have been able to frame and maintain there. And the comments that we get on those photos is just amazing. And people want to, who's your photographer? And we just have to share that it's our students that have done this and they built this. They're building a dynasty over here in photography in this area, but they do such a tremendous job.
I travel and I see a lot of schools, and I'm comfortable saying live on here, there's no one that competes with this. We go to 6A schools, they don't even have a program like this. I mean, you might see a student. Tonight, how many students do you think you're going to have on the sideline?
We have 1 sick, so there'll be 14 out tonight.
Yeah. I mean, nobody in the area is even going to have anything close to that. And even if it wasn't just numbers, like the photos are amazing. Like, I struggle. I'm a photographer. I like the tight shots. Probably anybody can get the tight shots, so I'm not doing anything special. But it's almost like, I've seen some of your stuff. You get some of the atmosphere. I love your stuff. It's all different. It's not just the same thing over and over, and that's what makes it great. And social media presence has really grown over the last few years as well.
Yeah. One of the things that I like to do for these guys now is we actually, when I first started the program, the other advisor that was with me, they didn't want to put things out on social media because they were afraid, yearbooks wouldn't sell and things like that. And over the past couple of years, we've changed that specifically to allow the kids have an online portfolio and start getting recruitment and collaborations and things like that. And like last year, I've got 2 or 3 that are at UCA, and they're doing photography there. I've got another one that's at Western Kentucky, which is one of the top photojournalism colleges in the country, and she's on a full ride. And it's mainly from work that she did with our photo and then our Tiger Times Online.
So, Anna, you're the senior of the group.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be shooting some college games this year. Tell me about your journey in this program.
Well, I don't even know if
Go ahead, say it.
I used to skip class and go to Smith's room, and he told me I couldn't skip anymore unless I agreed to become a photographer. I was like, it's probably not a lot of work. And then now I'm going to college to major in it, and I fell in love with it. It's my passion. I love it. I mean, pretty much any Texas High event you see, I'm there with a camera in my hand doing something. And I love posting on social media. Anything you see posted on Tiger Times right now, I'm the one who puts it up. I thoroughly enjoy it. I haven't gotten tired of it, and this is year 3. And, I'm just so glad to be back at Grimm because it's literally my favorite thing to be here on a Thursday or a Friday night and shooting football. And now that I'm kind of head of the program, getting to lead other people and, see them experience the same thing that I did when I started is really fun. See them grow and watch their photos just get better and better so fast because, the reason that we're on top consistently and we have so many people on Texas Image Maker and stuff like that is because we just work really hard. That's the main thing. I mean, yeah, we've got great gear, and the district takes really good care of us, but I honestly think we would still be on top if we were still shooting with Rebels, because we just have the work ethic, and it's all about the culture of our program that, you know, it's not an option. It's you want to do this, you're choosing to do this, but you don't choose not to, if that makes sense.
And Mr. Smith, I have in my notes that she's talking about the top photographers. Y'all had 6 out of 10 of the top photographers in the state of Texas, is that right? And 7 out of 10 the year before?
Yeah.
Yes. Since 2013, we've had at least one student in the top 10. They call it the Texas Image Maker team. And the 2 years ago, we had 7 out of 10, and then last year we had 6 out of 10. So
and you've been consistently ranked a top 3 in the state of Texas.
Well, I actually went back and I looked at some of that. Yeah, we were in the top 3 for the past 10 years. But the only reason why we didn't win straight out is there were 2 years in there that we didn't win sports or we didn't win photojournalism, and we placed 3rd. So it's our wheelhouse is photojournalism and the sports photography. We have to grow in the other 2 portfolio categories, and we've done really well over the past couple of years in our either commercial and or our architecture portfolios we work on. But I'd also like to say that last year we had 8 students in the publications program that were UIL all-state journalists, and 6 of those were our photographers as well.
Wow.
I'll tell you what's special, you know, and she mentioned it a minute ago about the culture of the program and talk about Friday nights and things like that. That's exciting. But what things that stand out to me are, Mr. Smith, when we have different events across the district. We have a play going on at an elementary campus or some type of event at something specific. I would reach out to him and he would say, how many do you want there? And you would go and there'd be 3 or 4 kids at this event taking pictures, just making memories for families, creating different things and sharing that out for us. And I think that's the culture. Students would show up, they're excited about going out across the district, whether it be a Friday night football game with thousands of people or going to a small campus with 50 people. But they're always there represented, they're taking pictures, they're sharing them out. And again, I think that speaks to the culture that you're talking about, and that's why you have the success that you have across the state.
And their job's waiting for y'all when y'all get out. I mean, you look at the magazines in town, if not all, are photos being taken of with your students. I hire directly out of your program. You know, I mean, there's no reason not to. You don't even have to train. Well, here you go.
Well, and that's one of the things that whenever we started the program, you know, many moons ago, is one of the tenets I wanted to have was we didn't want to take money out of the pockets out of working professionals, but I wanted to have them once they graduated that they were career ready. And like I'll have several students that are like, well, I want to major in photography. I'm like, no, don't major in photography. Major in business, because you know the photography part now. If you've been in here for 2 or 3 years, go do something in business. That way you can learn how to manage the business and the money part. That was the part that I struggled with when I was working as, you know, for my own business. So we want to have them grow and be career ready when they leave, whether that's college or secondary or doing both or post-secondary, but are doing both at the same time. But my main goal is for them to, when they're here, this is our learning lab, and then once they graduate, the next crew comes in and we're able to train them up. That way they're going out and into the real world and trying to make a living at doing this, or at least having the knowledge of, if they decide to go into PR or something else like that, they know what quality work looks like, and then how to recruit the other people.
Grant, you do take photos, but you seem to me like you love video a little more.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to get a whole lot better at it. But my main goal right now is to bring back video for this publications program, but I'm really trying to work on it a whole lot more. I like photos. I just want to get better at video a whole lot. It's just, I like the creativity with it, and I like the variety of stuff you can do. But I mean, main reason I'm in this program and the main reason I want to do video is because Jackson Alton. I'm going to be so honest. Jackson got me into this program, got me into video. Photo came along with it, and I enjoy both of it. So, I mean, I'm thankful for it.
Yeah, man. Clint, what is y'all's Instagram handle?
Our Instagram handle, well, it's tied to our online newspaper, so it's Tiger Times THS.
Give them a follow. Y'all do quarterly updates now as well on all this stuff, right?
We do quarterly updates, and they're usually up within a minute or 2 of the quarter ending.
That's awesome.
It's very cool. You know, and Clint, you talked about kind of where we're going. I know the classroom they're in now is not going to be the classroom they're going to be in a year from now. So, you know, we currently on campus at the high school constructing a CTE facility, and Clint and his program is going to transition to this new building next year. So can you talk a little? I know you've had input with different about what's in this building. So we've had student input on this facility and all of our different career and technical programs, but specifically for the photojournalism.
So our room and what we call the publications room, or the newspaper and yearbook room, they're side by side. They're going to be on the top floor. In between, there's going to be a fishbowl type room where, the glass room where it's a conference room in the middle. That way, that's where our editorial meetings and things will be. Then we have classroom. We have a little bit bigger studio space than what we currently have, and then some podcast studios. And then one of the things that I really wanted to push for whenever it was getting built is I was like, we need to have some conduit or something that's run down to Tiger Vision, what's going to be down at the bottom floor. And they were like, well, why do we need to do that? And I was like, well, at some point, somebody besides myself or Mr. Aldridge is going to be here, and, even we want to collaborate and send stuff back and forth sometimes. And I said, so all of our student media needs to be able to have a conduit, at least empty, to be able to run fiber or network cable or audio cable, something. And it's going to be between Tiger Vision and the publications room, our room, and then also like the graphics arts or graphic design classroom, which was going to be next to us. It's all going to be really, really nice and state-of-the-art, and it's going to be really great. And it's kind of a little bit of a joke. When I first started, I remember Paul Norton told me, he said, oh, you're going to have a new classroom in 2 years, and that was 2006. So it might be a little closer to 20, but I'm happy about that now.
Awesome, man. Well, we appreciate everything y'all do, and I know the fans do. It's been amazing just since 19 to see the program grow, and the quality of work that comes out is amazing. I mean, you have students that are ready to be the SID at colleges tomorrow.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Quick, before we go, Grant, let them know your Instagram.
It's WProds on Instagram and DWProds on TikTok.
My Instagram is anna.haley.photo, and that's it.
Give them a follow. Amazing work. All the work will be on the THS Times.
Tiger Times.
Tiger Times, yep.
Yeah,
give them a follow as well. Appreciate all y'all do.
Thank you.
And thank y'all for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, or maybe a new or pre-owned boat or RV, care for a car wash, had a fender bender, or you need service on your vehicle, boat, or RV, we have it all when you let us exceed your expectations at Greg Orr Auto, Marine, and RV in Shreveport, Texarkana, and Ashdown. Shop hassle-free and always be treated like family while choosing from our sensational selection. In Shreveport, visit Orr Acura, or BMW, or Cadillac, or Infiniti, and the Greg Orr Pre-Owned Supercenter. In Texarkana, Mercedes-Benz of Texarkana, Classic Buick GMC, Classic Cadillac, Classic Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Classic Kia, Classic Mazda, Classic Pre-Owned, The Classic Car Wash, Greg Orr Marine and RV, Greg Orr Collision, and Classic Chevrolet in Ashdown. Or visit Greg Orr Auto.
All right, we're live on Texarkana Game Day pregame before Texas High and Tyler Legacy, and we're back. What we got, Morgan?
Man, we added my man Cody Hildebrand with Bubba's 33 with us, which we did a show at the place at your restaurant last night, and amazing food, amazing atmosphere. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was awesome turnout too, man. It's just so cool to kind of see like the community come together. Especially nothing brings this community together in East Texas like high school football. So
and like a steak sandwich with this cheese that's loaded up on it. You cannot eat all of it. It's unbelievable, by the way.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. You can't beat a good Philly, man. You could call it a Dallas sandwich, but
whatever.
That's probably the only way to make it better.
That's right.
Yeah, football and food. That's all you need.
Yeah,
that's
football
and
food
right
now.
Bubba's 33 opened in June, kind of right over near Texas High School, and been booming. Is what it looks like.
Business has been good, dude, and I've seen a lot of orange there while I've been there too.
Yeah.
So there's been
a lot of local support for the schools in the area. I've seen that, so shout out to that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's so cool to have these like takeover nights and stuff. Partner up with Texarkana Game Day and get to kind of bring the students in and kind of bring them closer to the community. You get to see them on the field, but to get to kind of hear their voice and kind of talk to them, it's pretty special, man.
And another thing, hey Billy, I need your help with takeover next week.
Yep.
Tell them about what you're doing.
Yeah, so what I'm doing, I'm donating 10% of our earnings that night, going straight to the athletic programs.
Let's go.
So when Texas High comes, the money's going straight to them.
It's going to be a bunch off me,
man. So I implore everybody, you know, bring your Tiger gear, come on out, man, and we want to make the most out of it so we can get the most for the program.
And I'll tell you, if you don't just do it for that, just so the money goes to Texas High, do it for Bubba's 33 because they invest back in the community. I've seen a lot of businesses come to town and kind of dip their toes in the water and kind of whatever. Y'all went head first, and we appreciate it. I mean, not just us, but all around the community, and shout out to y'all for that.
I feel like I see you everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like I never saw you until you opened Bubba's.
Man, it's so funny. You know, I spent a lot of time on the road just getting ready to open the restaurant, and when I came back, it's not exactly like a whole bunch of people were jumping to invest in building a restaurant here in Texarkana, especially being from here was a big deal for me. So just to be able to give back and get back into the community is pretty awesome. It's pretty special.
How much did you enjoy staying on the roof all day in 100-degree weather the other day?
Not very much. As you know, I called you, man. We raised some money for those for homes for our troops, to raise money for veterans to get a chance to build homes, which we're actually going next week down to build that house for them. Okay. And the community rallied together, and we got $36,000 raised for that house. So hopefully it's a pretty sweet house, man. We'll get together.
Well, guys, it's finally football season. This segment we got T-High versus Tyler. Last year, 17-14 win for Texas High. Franklin Delk walk-off kick. I can still hear Billy's call on it. The man with the golden leg. I don't even know where that came from.
I don't know where it came from, but some things like that just come out of thin air. But man, really, Texas High needed that game. It was a tough dog fight. David J. Potter, a starting quarterback, goes down. Cam Reitner comes in, picks right up where David J. left off. A good, hard-nosed game like Tyler Legacy will play. Any 6A team you play is going to give you a dog fight. And to go down. And, hey, I would take that same game if we won right now, because the more you can get in that environment, the more you can, get tested, if you will, the more it's going to help you down the line.
Well, the Texas High offense this year at the skill position is unbelievably loaded. We talked about it this morning. You have a third-year starter in David J. You return 2 1,000-yard rushers. You have Cam Reitner out on one side, Shavonte Montgomery on the other, and a great tight end in Knox Pilgreen, who's a large body. And this offensive line, we were talking this morning, 6'5", 6'4", 285, 260.
Those are hard to coach, aren't they?
They're
hard to coach.
I'm telling you, Quay Ford at left tackle, he is legit. I would say a legit 6'5" to 6'6", and you put a helmet and cleats on him, and he may touch the 6'7" mark. You go to left guard, Damian Chisholm, and he's a good 6'4", probably 280.
Yeah.
Red-headed Irishman, always mad. Looking to just completely maul somebody. And I would say going across the front, this is probably one of the more athletic, oversized offensive lines that we've had. Those runners don't take very long or take much blocking to get by them, but it's one of those things where you feel like on our level that we play, you can't afford to have a bad game up front, because if you do, you can lose very quickly. But I think imposing your will up front on the offensive side and defensive side in the trenches is what, especially early in the year, is kind of what takes your team to move that first down, to keep the defense off the field and keep their defense tired and just keep trying to just physically impose yourself.
But I'll tell you, Tyler Legacy plays kind of a shell defense around the back, and I think one of the keys of the game is can David J., and not only David J., but can Coach Stanford, can Coach Toon, can they be patient and just take those 5-yard outs, 5-yard, little hitch routes or whatever, and and just, I think Texas High, you'll see them running the ball a whole lot.
Of course they will.
It was only going to take a few times with Javari or T-Ball getting 10, 11 yards of carry, and them safeties are going to start coming on down because you won't be able to sustain a game defensively giving up 10, 11, 12 yards of carry. It's just impossible.
If you've been living under a rock, Javari Johnson's committed to SFA, and Tredarian Ball earlier this month committed to the University of Oregon.
I told him, I said, that's not bad for a Big Ten school. I said SEC ain't for everybody. I always mess with him. But no, great players.
That's awesome.
And Tredarian, preseason All-American for the junior class. I mean, and he's sharing carries with another Division I running back with this offensive line. It's going to be unbelievable. And when they put it in the air, I mean, David J has a SMU offer. I mean, this offense is almost like pretty much a Division I offense in high school.
And here's the thing about those two backs is typically when a team has two really good running backs, one of them's really a 1 and the other one's a high 2. These guys, you wouldn't know, other than they have a little bit different running style, you wouldn't know the difference of who's better. I don't care what school you commit to, you wouldn't know the difference in those two guys. And Javari, who will start at running back, runs hard.
Yeah, Tredarian will be in the slot mostly, I would assume. Javari's going to be the one option. He's earned it. He's a senior.
That's right.
Tredarian will be in the slot. Great hands.
You're going to hear about Ahmad Moore. Ahmad Moore, he's the third guy.
He'll get a bunch of touches.
Ahmad Moore
he ran one.
And I don't think the 5-yard out route's for Clint Toon. He throws the ball down. He wants the ball going downfield.
It's taken a lot of convincing for me to get Coach Toon. I talked to Coach Toon's dad before I come up here, and Coach Toon's dad really stressed
what do you tell him to do before every game?
Just throw it to the Toon's dad wants to throw it to the tight end.
But Coach Harrell, I mean, this is a former offensive line coach, right? Once offensive line coach, he's like, hey, just run the ball. Just run the ball. Just run the ball.
Real quick before we get off this segment, I want to take a mention. Franklin Delk, Sander Wiggins, both ranked. Franklin's ranked as a kicker. Sanders ranked as a long snapper. Both 4 stars, ranked nationally. Kicking game should be great. Quick on defense. Running out of time here. But as we mentioned this morning, 3 guys have to play really well with a lot of new faces on here. And on my list, 2 I have starting up front's Duncan McGee. I've said he's going to be a top 50 player by the time he's a senior in the country. Isaiah Dowden committed to Harding. Great linebacker, one of the best linebackers in East Texas. A guy that didn't get to play any snaps last year that I'm excited to see play tonight is Darnell Williams.
Hey, another guy I want to mention, Alex Jones. Watch him. He is a beast. He is a beast. He'll be knocking some heads back there.
How do y'all see tonight playing out?
Man, I see a close game. I'm not going to believe the hype until I see it. We went and handled business down in Longview, but these guys owe us for last year coming in their house and winning on a last-second kick. And I know Texas High has a lot of hype, but it's going to be a game.
I think Texas High is who they say they are, and I do not think it's going to be that close. But I think it's a 2-touchdown game.
I'll take it.
Keep in mind, 6A team, 2 divisions up, quite a bit more students. But yeah, I just can't see this. But let's see what Bubba's 33. Man, Cody thinks.
Man, I think I'm gonna go 33-14 Texas High Tigers.
33-14.
I thought he was going to say Texas High wins by 33. I would have taken that too.
If it's 33-14, all appetizers on him tomorrow.
Fair enough. Hey, man, if it is, we'll see.
He'll probably give a discount on some pizza on Tuesday night or something, won't you?
Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely.
All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll have Jerry Stanford on right after this.
Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, or maybe a new or pre-owned boat or RV, care for a car wash, had a fender bender, or you need service on your vehicle, boat, or RV, we have it all when you let us exceed your expectations at Greg Orr Auto, Marine, and RV in Shreveport, Texarkana, and Ashdown. Shop hassle-free and always be treated like family while choosing from our sensational selection. In Shreveport, visit Orr Acura, or BMW, or Cadillac, or Infiniti, and the Greg Orr Pre-Owned Supercenter. In Texarkana, Mercedes-Benz of Texarkana, Classic Buick GMC, Classic Cadillac, Classic Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Classic Kia, Classic Mazda, Classic Pre-Owned, The Classic Car Wash, Greg Orr Marine and RV, Greg Orr Collision, and Classic Chevrolet in Ashdown. Or visit GregOrAuto.com.
Back here live on Texarkana Game Day at Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park, and joining us is the head Tiger himself, Coach Jerry Stanford.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Coach, tell us a little bit about your team this year.
Just excited to be back out here. Start the season off at home is always a good thing. We love playing on Thursdays, the first game of the year. Kind of gets us a little closer to take some of the tension off of having to wait till a Friday, and so we really enjoy that. We got a lot of guys back this year, and so some of those guys are still considered young for us, just being a lot of juniors out there. But our seniors have played a ton of snaps, and we're excited for this class and what they've done for our program holistically. You look at this junior and senior class combined, and how many games they've played since they were in middle school, and you're talking like a total of 5 losses between the two of them. And so a lot of success there. And so we hope to see that carry over this year as well.
Yeah, we added Brooke Marshall with us as well. It's all right. One of the
Sorry, Brooke.
Texarkana Emergency Center, one of Game Day's very first partner.
Absolutely.
Been rocking with us since day one. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks for
You excited
having
for
me.
football?
Yes, I'm very excited for football. It's an exciting time of year at our house, and just getting to see all the kids and be back out here on Thursday or Friday night.
Mm-hmm. Coach, offensive line this year seems to be like that's the area you look and there's a noticeable. You have some big kids.
We do, and that's a positive thing to have. And I think when you want to play at the highest level, the games are won on the O-line and the D-line. And to make runs that we want to make and to get to where we want to get to, you've got to be dominant, and you've got to be able to run the football and stop the run late in the season. I mean, that's really, really won at this point right now. And so that's kind of a place we're hanging our hat. Still rotating a couple guys in there just to create some depth, but really excited about what that group can do.
You're going to have some fans come in the stands tonight that, maybe they don't follow football like, let's say we do, and they don't know all the players like we do. They're going to look out there, and there's even a lot of Division I talent on the offensive side of the ball, a lot of good-looking kids. But we were talking this morning, you have 6 legitimate options to go to every play. Do you feel any pressure you have an Oregon commit, you have an SFA commit at running back, you have these wide receivers. How do these decisions get made? Do you feel any pressure to,
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily pressure, but there is a game plan, right? And within that, we've got a chart for each kid on how many touches they get. And it has nothing to do with keeping anybody happy or meeting a media spectacle, but it really has to do with keeping a defense honest. And so we want to be able to spread people out. I mean, if they can have to key on one thing, i.e. the run or the pass, it makes us a weaker team. And so we really want to be a balanced spread offense that gets the ball in multiple people's hands and keeps everybody involved.
Tell us a little bit about Tyler Legacy. Last year you went on a last-second kick, and, you're facing this, again, a 6A team, and I know you want to load your schedule up front for a run down the stretch, but tell us a little bit about them. They're a year older, right?
They are, and they've got 2 quarterbacks that are both very capable. Defensively, they're kind of a hazardous defense where they just do a lot of different things. And really, you've got to be sound up front. Quarterback's got to do a really good job of being disciplined because they are, as much of a scattered defense as they run, they're still gap sound on what they're doing. We've got to be able to control the chaos within that at the line of scrimmage.
Coach, one of the things I've noticed covering you since 19, your quarterbacks, there is a big jump from junior to senior year. David J. performed very well last year. What are some improvements you think have we made that we may see tonight out of him?
I think we want to see game management. I think we want to see a little more pace about us. We want to play a little bit faster, but still not lose control. And then just manage things really well when you're getting a lot of different looks, which he's going to get a lot of different looks right now, tonight particularly, and be able to recognize those looks and then take advantage of what we're giving us. I mean, we tell the quarterback all the time, the ball is in your hands every play to put us in a great position.
Coach, it looks like you had a very tough time putting a schedule together this year.
Just a little bit.
I mean, we might as well live in Dallas.
Just a little bit.
Get us a little Airbnb up there the next few weeks.
Yeah. Or Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
We're going to cover some ground, and UIL redistricts us every 2 years. Geographically, that puts a strain on where we're located, on being able to find people that are willing to come and play here, as well as playing talented football. I mean, not everybody wants to play us. Pleasant Grove has the same problems. Not everybody wants to play Pleasant Grove at that level when you're winning football games. And so because of where we're located and because of the amount of talent in this area, people don't tend to want to drive here, and they don't want to get beat the way they could get beat potentially. And so we love playing 6A football. There's a lot of depth with Tyler Lee. That brings a little bit more a team that's got more options with more people, right? And so that makes us a better football program as well.
Brooke, you're a partner not only with the school, with the athletic program. Tell me about a couple of the things you're excited about for this year. And I know it's a busy time of year for y'all as well.
We're really excited about working with all the schools. It's something that we take a lot of pride in. I work very closely with not only the coaches, but also the athletic trainers. And we really just like to take care of the teachers and the students and just everybody in the school, not just one Park. So we're really excited that school's back, and this is an exciting time for us.
Awesome. Well, Coach, man, we'll let you get back to it.
Thanks.
Thank you for your time. Best of luck tonight, and always, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks
Glad
for having
football's
us, guys.
back. Stay
Here we go.
Break. We'll be
Go
right back.
Tigers. Blocking and tackling.
Texar is a community-first credit union which has served members in and around the Texarkana area since 1951.
Having 3 offices and employing almost 100 people, today Texar serves citizens of Cass, Bowie, Little River, Miller, Red River, and Lamar counties.
Through the years, we've had many different names.
From our humble beginnings as Bowie County Teachers Credit Union to where we are today.
We are honored to offer our members quality service with exceptional products.
We also take pride in staying one step ahead when it comes to introducing the latest and greatest in banking technology.
From personal to commercial banking.
And turning houses into homes.
We believe in banking made easy.
To make life easier for you.
Stevens, General Manager and Marketing Director for Local Habit Coffee Company. Local Habit exists to spark a revival of local communities and the beauty they inherently possess by bringing people together over exceptional third-wave coffee. We then want them to take the joy and good vibes they get from us out into their local town and go make something good happen.
One of our top priorities is providing exceptional customer service. We want to make sure our customers left better than when they came in.
Our customers should walk away thinking about how incredible their coffee was, how nice and genuine their barista was, and how inviting and comforting our space is.
Come by today and enjoy a hot cup of coffee with us.
Meet Tony Langford Roofing, your trusted name in roofing solutions. Decades of experience and top-notch service. Passionate about your home safety, we treat every roof like our own. From repairs to full installations, we've got your home covered. Upgrade your roof with our variety of styles and materials. For roofs that last long, choose Tony Langford Roofing. We've got you covered.
And we're back. Texarkana Game Day live at Tiger Stadium at Grim Park. Opening night across the state of Texas and high school football kicking off the year here at in the heart of Tiger Kingdom. We've got our superintendent, Dr. Brew Baker, with us today. He's going to talk a little bit about the district. We got Morgan over here with us. We got Brooke Marshall from Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. And to my right, the man of the hour, Jeremy Harrell, living legend of TISD.
I hope he hadn't been watching any wrestling.
Opinions vary, don't they?
So he'll be on. Jeremy will be on the call tonight for the game. Somehow he always ends up talking about wrestling.
If it gets too lopsided and a Tiger wins, sometimes we gotta.
I'm not going to say I might contribute to that a little bit, but
yeah, y'all got to find something else.
We're strictly football all the time tonight.
Okay, all right, man. A lot of construction going on. I'm seeing all over the place. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, we like to say that the excitement's building this year because of all these buildings going up. We've got probably most people are familiar with the new CTE Center that's going in next to the high school. We're really excited about that. The old Pine Street property, you're seeing Parks Elementary go up. We've got extensive renovations at Wake Village Elementary, and Dunbar Pre-K is going to be replaced at a new location next to Texarkana College. So, you know, anytime I have the opportunity, I'd just like to thank the residents of for voting for that bond in 2022. We're very grateful for it.
Well, the CTE building, for everything I'm hearing about it, like they're going to have the nicest facility, like they're going to have nicer than any of the businesses in town. They're going to be learning. It's going to be a downgrade when they come work for me.
Well, that's kind of the idea, that we want the classroom to the labs to really resemble the workplace. So we've got a student-run restaurant that's going to go in there. We've got yes, we've got a simulated hospital setting there. We've got a courtroom. Really advanced IT lab. So, yeah, we're really excited about what we're going to be able to offer students.
I didn't know any of that. I don't know how I missed that. That's amazing.
It's terrific.
And we had Mr. Smith on earlier with his student journalism, Texas High Publications, and he elaborated a little bit about his program that's going to be moving into the new facility and how that's going to interact with Tiger Vision, and just, again, provide our kids with the 21st century things that's going to prepare them to go, whether it be to a college or to work. Either way, they're ready to go into the workforce or to a 4-year or 2-year university and be prepared to tackle that and achieve the goals they're wanting to go for.
So, all of y'all are a part of this project. I know it's a really busy time for y'all. Like, how stressful is it? You got school and this. At least, during the summer, you didn't have school to worry about, but you could just focus on the building of the district.
Well, there is some stress related to it, but, there's it's kind of a lot of fun, too, to see those things go up. So we're just really grateful for the opportunity. It's kind of a good problem to have, I guess, right? To see these new things go up.
I tell you see, especially at Wake Village with the new stuff that we have built there, and you can see the kids' faces and the teachers' faces and all the new areas, and you can just tell there's an expression, on their face. They're excited, and the kids love it, and so and like we tell them, just to wait till it's all finished, and it's going to be fantastic. And the things that we have in place right now that are still being built, they're loving it. Everybody, it's going to be fantastic. It's awesome. Our kids love it.
Wake Village is kind of like that when it's Christmas time and you get to open that one present, and you got a lot of other good stuff coming, but you get to open the first present and you see how great that is, and you're so like, okay, I want them all right now. And it's like, no, be patient. They're coming. Just be patient. They're going to get better and better. And so that's what I think of when I think about Wake Village and seeing the excitement around kids. And
I'm thinking back to last year. I believe you were on last year, and you talked about we're going to have a ton of options for our kids outside of the normal classroom. And you just described everything you just described with the healthcare, the restaurant, the courtroom. I would have never thought to do that. That's next level. Some colleges don't really have that.
That's one of the things I noticed when I came here, driving past Texas High. It looks bigger than a lot of college campuses, doesn't it? It really has kind of that look. Just the idea that our kids are going to be able to launch into, as Todd said, like either a career or college with the hands-on experience and the industry certifications that they need to get that high-paying job, or when you go into the medical field, for example, people like for you to have had that practical experience, that practice.
Well, you got a ready-made partner to my left.
Yes, we're excited, and I'm excited for all of the kids that are going to get to experience all of these different projects. Just seeing the renderings and all the things happening at all of those campuses is so exciting.
The campus on the way downtown, I don't go downtown a lot, but every time I pass by there, it's like even more than I expected. It looks beautiful, and you still really can't see all of it from the road, but it looks like it's going to be amazing.
Well, it's going to serve 800 students, so it's going to be our biggest campus in town, and we were talking about college and career readiness. It's really going to be one of very few elementary schools in the state. We're working with the Texas Education Agency. We got a $1 million grant to design a college and career-focused elementary school from the ground up.
Wow.
So if you think about students starting at the elementary level and then developing an idea of what they want to do, I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up.
I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
Some days I don't either.
Well, there's so much pride with that site too. That's the Pine Street property that you're referencing, and as we've moved through this project, just talking to people in the community and different staff, just anyone that we encounter, they always ask about that specific project because there's so much pride around the Pine Street site and the Parks Elementary. And as you drive by, you're starting to see those 20th century renderings on the outside of the building. Of course, it'll be 21st century modern day instructional inside the building, but you see the two pillars on the outside of the building.
The pillars are what doing it.
Yes, I've seen a picture of what it's going to look like, and a lot of I went to Pine Street in 1997, 1998, and I said, man, that looks very similar to the front of that. I said, and a lot of people my age, we always revert back to Pine Street because we had such a good experience there. We always wanted something really nice to be put there, and it's going to be fantastic. It's our community did a great job improving everything, getting behind that. That's going to be nice.
It is, and I need to put in a plug, too, for the new Dunbar Early Education Center. We are doubling capacity at that new site. And, folks, there is nothing like this Early Childhood Center probably within, 250 to 300 miles of here. And so, we're expanding it so that we're going to be able to get 3-year-olds in large numbers. We've never been able to do that before. So if you can think about how much more prepared kids are going to be for kindergarten by having a whole additional year of preparation, that's what we're talking about. And that's why these things are it's just so exciting to see the possibilities for students.
Well, definitely a lot of progress under your leadership. I'll say that. It's been amazing.
Well, it's been a team effort from the beginning, and all this wouldn't have happened if we didn't have folks come out and support that bond. It's just critical.
Well, guys, it's football time.
It sure is.
I hear a band playing behind us. Just got chills. I'm excited.
Can't wait.
Well, we're excited, too.
Can't wait.
Go Tigers.
There's nothing like a Friday night football game at Graham Stadium.
And it's Thursday night.
And it's Thursday. And it's Thursday. So
know,
everybody in town will be here. No, but there's no other games going right now in town, and we're the star of the show. But I love it.
Well, we appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on with us. We've got a 7:30 kickoff. We'll be live about 7:25 right here on Game Day. Thanks.